don't give a fuck. You know what's bad about George Floyd? George Floyd is 6'7", 250 pounds, and he didn't get shot. Essentially, got his ass whooped by a 5'8" tall, 135-pound white man.
We gotta do it again. We gotta do it again.
Alright. So I have a grinding my gears segment. Well, actually, no, we're not gonna do grinding my gears. This is a segment about it's interesting because Judge Joe Brown, he was on a podcast, and you remember Judge Joe Brown from the show. He's on a podcast and they're talking about George Floyd. And I originally saw this posted on D.L. Hughley's Instagram, and he was taking a position that Judge Joe Brown is wrong for saying what he's saying. The man is dead. I guess D.L. Hughley does not agree with Judge Joe Brown.
Oh, okay.
And, whatever. But I wanted to play it to kind of give my own opinion on what he's saying and things like that.
Okay.
Cold-blooded. I don't give a fuck. You know what's bad about George Floyd? George Floyd is 6'7", 250 pounds, and he didn't get shot. Essentially, got his ass whooped by a 5'8" tall, 135-pound white man who killed him with no weapons.
I got it.
I was not expecting to hear that.
He said he just got his ass. He just essentially got his ass kicked.
That was extremely insensitive.
Yes, is extremely insensitive. And the man did have weapons. He had weapons. Well, no. Technically, he don't have a weapon until he pulls the weapon.
Yeah.
And so what Judge Brown is saying is, look, nigga, if you didn't want to die, you should have got your ass up off that ground. You know what I mean? And saw to it that you weren't going to die by some man kneeling down on your neck.
You were going to die by gunshot.
Yeah, you're going to die by whatever other way, but they're going to have to choose another way to kill you that day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you were real like that.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know. I don't know where I feel on that.
I don't.
Yeah, so I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying. And in fact, right there is probably a bad place to stop. You know what I'm saying? Stop what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
And to let him finish on with the context of what he's trying to say.
And he was crying.
Yeah.
She was like, but he was crying.
He was crying.
Crying for his mama. And that is so damn embarrassing. You put yourself in a position of being damn near OD'd on fentanyl, which is not a black drug anyway. That's the one that causes 62% of each year's opiate-related death.
Now, he's making a point here. And the point that I like that he's making is, I never thought, when all this fentanyl, all this bullshit, and all these things, I'm always like, damn, when did the hood start doing this shit?
I know. When did the hood get
so
bougie?
Yeah, when did the hood get all crazy and want to go all upper level drugs and shit? Like,
right?
Like, what happened to your standard heroin and
crack and
crack? Yeah, now fentanyl and
like
all this.
You want to take something, you need a prescription.
Yeah,
for?
all the suburban drugs are now coming to the urban area.
Yeah,
and it's like, like that's crazy.
They
bro.
loving it too.
And that's super crazy. But the thing is why? Why is it that? Is it because, okay, even with the crack and all that, these communities still figured out ways to just fuck it, just take that and make money with it? Well, here's what we're gonna do: we're gonna flood you with more shit to destroy your neighborhood. These neighborhoods aren't gonna be able to overcome the motherfucking crack from the fucking 80s and 90s, and the opioids and the mollies and the methamphetamines and the fucking fentanyl narcotics from the 2000s and 2010s and 20s. They not. Some of these, now we're talking about generations of families that had to deal with chemicals just flooding their goddamn, their thing. When the grandmama, all she had to do was just bootleggers. Fucking moonshiners.
For real.
You know what I mean? So it's like, So I get what he's saying. What he's saying is like, look, bro, you were out there living a different life. So let's take
Yes.
let's look.
And we got to make a statue of somebody who's 6 feet 7, 250, and got his ass
Who
whooped by an
contribute
unarmed,
nothing to the black
5
community.
inch tall, 135-pound white man.
You're 135 pounds.
That guy looked like he was more than 135 pounds.
But what they're saying is, let's take all the inflammatory rhetoric and just set it to the side. I don't want to speak for the man because the man said what he had to say, and his words are his words.
Yeah.
But what I hear when I hear those words is what he's saying is like, look, George Floyd could have easily been Thomas McNeil. It could have been easily been whatever.
Yeah.
It could have easily been anybody. In fact, they have been. He was just another guy. Don't take this moment because once again, it's just like how dude was saying, ooh.
Right.
Everybody, he came out gay. Well, we would like for it to be a time where he doesn't have to be a big deal. Or I'm proud of your brother. So that must mean we got progress. No, it doesn't mean we got progress. Just because the assholes chose to fucking pucker up. And that's what he's saying. He's saying just because the world saw that and the world was all bothered and blah, blah, blah. And by world, maybe we saying people, non-people of color. People,
Right.
Just because they saw it and was bothered by it, that doesn't mean that we have to take that one and make it a statue.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when you do that, now you're saying that we only give a fuck about the ones y'all give a fuck about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, we've been trying to tell you, if anything, we should surround you motherfuckers with nothing but thousands and thousands of statues.
Absolutely.
So you can't even go anywhere. So you be, oh shit, another statue. And then you'll see how quickly motherfuckers will quickly forget George Floyd and be like, man, I'm tired of these fucking statues. Mm-hmm. Just like I'm tired of the gay couple.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Oh, man, it's not newsworthy anymore. You know what I'm saying? So eventually we'll get back there. In fact, so that's all they're saying is that, like, look, he was all right, but we can't make our lows of our low into the highs of our highs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I see what people are saying. Some people are saying, no, it was the moment. It wasn't George Floyd. It was the moment. Then, okay, then we can memorize, we can remember the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, September 11th, we remember the buildings, but individual people, that's for the individual people who remember them to remember them.
Absolutely.
So that's for George Floyd's family to remember him by. And to get a if they want to name their driveway after George Floyd, then so be it.
Right.
But for the rest of the people, it's, hey, you know what I mean? Like, no.
And I get it.
If anything, what about, like, the kid that got shot through the door? You know
That 10-year-old boy in New York.
10-year-old boy who was sacrificed by his own fucking people.
Exactly.
His
It
own
had
neighborhood.
nothing to do with anything. He was just living there.
And shit had nothing to do with a cop. Let's give this kid a statue because we don't need a statue for them. Maybe a statue is needed in those communities to remind the communities that not only are there motherfuckers coming out of this community to kill you guys, but there are people in here coming in to kill you.
That's right.
And the people that's outside the community that's coming in to kill you are using the motherfuckers that's killing you inside the community
exactly.
as an excuse to kill you.
That's right.
In the end, you're gonna get killed. Does it really matter if it's somebody outside or inside? Like, you acting like you get a sense of pride if you're killed by a black man.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't have a sense of pride if I'm killed by a black man versus a cop. No, not at all.
Contribute nothing.
Nothing.
Should he have died? No. But
So that's
should you
embarrassing.
sit up here and what do you say? Commemorate, make it to a martyr? No.
No. I mean, it was bad, but I mean, he's no martyr. I mean, look at all of the other black folk that died, and you want to focus on him. Who put that out there?
So I said this.
And that's true. Who put it out there?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, who decided that, like, the community had to say, no, Malcolm X was something.
Yeah.
He was something. He wasn't Mr. Mean, Mr. Bad Guy. I was raised with Martin Luther King was a good guy. Malcolm X was the bad guy.
Right.
You can still appreciate both and whatever, but one was the bad guy. And no, he wasn't the fucking bad guy. He was just the guy that said, you punch me in my cheek,
Yeah.
I'm punching you back in yours.
Yep.
That's it. And they both have merits. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's all. It's
What would
crazy.
make them do create that statue or holidays, George Floyd Day or whatever? Do the Democrats get money? Like, do local government officials get money from the state or the federal government if they do that, or from the Democrat Party?
The inmates have taken over the asylum.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Thank you, Ish, for the Cash App, and thank you, Christopher, for the Super Chat.
And because mainstream and social media, they're turning the outside into the inside of the asylum.
229, hi.
Do we have any pride?
And
I
then
don't think- no,
ultimately, it comes down to, this is a different story, but when he's saying the media and the social media turn inside into the outside into the inside, whatever, it really comes down to advertising dollars. And people can talk shit about, yeah, we don't, you know, we could pool our money together and just say, motherfuckers, when was the last time you seen a commercial and you felt that commercial was for you? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen a commercial in a while, and I felt, wow, that commercial is for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be a product that I like, it might be whatever, but I don't feel like they put the commercial together with me in mind. I don't feel like anything. I don't feel like they had a picture of me on the fucking wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're making a commercial for that guy. You know what I'm saying? Or a guy like that guy. I just feel like they made a commercial and I just happen to like the product. So
Right.
the news and people, it's who are they? It's all the advertising. And the advertisers, the people who got shit to sell, which is why they buy in the ad space, is who's buying their shit. So if you're not buying their shit and you can't stop the people who are buying their shit from buying their shit, it doesn't matter what the fuck you say. Mm-hmm. The only thing you can do is get your own shit, like I'm assuming what Miss Savoy is doing, and put your opinion out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hello.
About you.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Hello. I'd like to ask both of you guys a question. You guys think about the rise in male virgins?
I didn't know that there
And
was
what
a
do you
rise in
think
male
about
virgins.
the rise in incel culture? You guys know what
It's
incel
a
is, right?
sorry piece of bullshit
Incel?
that men, grown boys, black, white, brown, red, and yellow, can't get any goddamn pussy, and the girls are getting more sex than the boys.
This
That
is so
pathetic,
weird.
and that's also a product of no men around to teach you how to approach women or
That's
what's
true.
going on.
That's true. And so motherfuckers have realized they either feeling like I gotta have the bravado to approach them with the rah like a dungeon dragon, or I gotta have the hardware to approach them with the rah like a dungeon dragon, or I'm just a lame and I can't even approach them. I gotta hate on them.
But is it that they're virgins because they don't know how to speak to females? Or is it that they're virgins because they just want to meet the right person?
I don't think. I think the majority of men and that are having trouble, that are single or having trouble dating,
Yeah.
or this whole, like, I don't know about these when they're saying the male virgins in particular. I think that is, I don't think it's because of meeting the right woman kind of situation. I don't think society's ever been that way. So unless something has changed in the dynamics, that would be a totally different, fluxation of societal behavior. You know what I
That
mean?
is so sorry and disgusting. And incels are a bunch of goddamn punks want to go around and kill off women instead of protecting them because they're too damn
What's
lame to
incel
know how to get
mean?
laid.
In sale?
I guess INCEL maybe.
My damn thing keeps disconnecting.
Incel meaning a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile towards women and men who are sexually active. Okay, so the asshole who shot up the massage parlor in Florida.
Uh-huh.
he probably was an incel.
Oh. Oh, okay.
In fact, he even said it. He said he did it because he felt sexually urges, went against his Christian faith, and you know what I mean, and this, that, and the other, and all that bullshit. So yeah, you know, a guy who I can't get women, so I'm gonna hate women because I can't get women. You know what I mean? It's just classic hateration. Like, you can understand a dude, I ain't got no money, so I'm gonna hate on a nigga that got money.
Right.
Well, I can get no pussy, so I'm gonna hate on the person that got pussy. Well, who got more pussy than a woman? Nobody.
Exactly.
Or I'm gonna hate on the man that's getting all the pussy. You know what I mean? So, you know, so anybody who's sexually provocative, and frankly, I think even the ones that are getting it are still contribute to this, because there's so many men that womanizes women like crazy, but then will also turn his nose up because he thinks she's a certain way. Like, you spend your money through Saturdays messing with the freaks, but then on Sunday you want to call them all kind of names. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They're not worthy. You feel me?
Yep.
And then you want to go back home to the one that you kind of keep chained up to the what's her face, until you realize she's really not all that chained up.
And well, for me to answer that, and for me to answer that, well, my question is, you know, if there are more male virgins, well, who's sleeping with the females? It have to be
It's
someone.
the same bunch.
Same.
It is a statistic. There are more male virgins 25 to 18 than there are females.
I mean, 18,
There
25.
are more boys 30 years of age living with their parent or parents than there are girls. And it's a shame.
And if you are going to have sex, this is not the sexual revolution in the 70s, so make sure you strap up.
Or pull out.
Please don't go in these women
But you
bras,
see,
because they have a whole bunch of stuff going
because a
on.
whole bunch of them won't pull out. They think they gotta go pop because I'm gonna do it. You gonna have my baby. Why?
Why?
Because that shows I'm a man. No, it doesn't, fool. It's about how much you can pay in support
Exactly.
or provide support, not how many you can have. That's just something straight off of a slave planet.
Exactly. That was what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Massa, I done knocked up some more your cows, huh? Can I sure have some more comb pone? I'm cold-blooded.
Cold blood. I don't give a fuck.
I can't believe Judge Joe Brown talks like this.
And that's how I feel too. Look, have as many kids as you fucking want. I don't give a fuck. You know, and I don't care how much money you got. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much money you have. My opinion is still the same on it. My perspective is still the same.
Right.
But ultimately, I don't give a damn. Have as many kids as you want, broke or whatever. But ultimately, my thing is what are you doing here?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? What are you showing the world and your kids? And you might be like, well, I don't give a fuck about the kids. The world. I'll just talk to the kids. Yeah, but one day those little assholes are going to have to go out and the world's going to have to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're going to have to weigh the bullshit you showed them with what the condition of the world is. And some of the bullshit that you showed them could be a direct correlation to the conditions of the world at this point.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, are any of those daughters, do you want any of those daughters to be number 5 in the list of baby mamas? They number 5 and they got 2 to some asshole that's on baby number 10.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like, and with all that, and why would you even want to teach your kids and all them to have all these connections with people?
Yeah.
Because connections can be dangerous, bro.
Totally.
Like, the fuck is going on? So
Totally, man.
I don't know, man. I think that I agree with Judge Joe Brown on some of the stuff. Like I said, I think that the rhetoric that he was saying and the wording was unnecessarily harsh.
Yes. Yes. Totally.
You know
Very
what I mean?
harsh.
You know what I mean?
Very, very harsh.
Because it doesn't matter if he got his ass kicked like a punk,
Right.
or if he went out in a blaze of glory, he's still dead.
Yeah.
And he probably was going to end up that way regardless.
Right.
So cool. You know what I mean? Maybe you just haven't had a time or opportunity, Mr. Judge Joe Brown and Miss Cornrows, you know what I mean, to see what you would do when a 135-pound white man wants to put his knee on your neck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He might be 135 pounds, but he was carrying probably a billion tons behind him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Either one of you two people up there can get your asses whooped on any day.
Yeah, exactly. And in any moment, any kind of situation.
Yeah, any situation. Don't think that you're super duper.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter if you can fight back or if you're willing to fight back or
Right.
not. If you can't, your ass is dead.
Right.
And that's what happened to homeboy. His ass was dead. So, you know,
Judge Joe Brown is hardcore steel.
he
man.
went in. But that said, you take away the stuff regardless of how the guy was killed by these cops. And I mean, we don't need to be erecting statues and naming streets simply
Right.
because they're killing us. How many streets do you guys want? Because you kill another one, then you want another street.
There aren't enough streets in the world.
It's not. In fact, I guarantee you, the street that you named George Floyd Boulevard, a guy's gonna get killed by the cops on there. A guy's gonna get killed by the cops, and a guy's gonna get killed by his own people on those streets.
Yeah.
Both. Most cities I go to, Martin Luther King Street is the worst street in the
Preach. Isn't that the truth? MLK Jr. Boulevard,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
anywhere you go is never the best area.
Exactly. So, what, we want more?
Exactly.
We want more? And Malcolm X Street isn't usually all that good either. So, I'm just saying, you know. So,
Say it, babe.
that was the show, baby.
Good show, Pop.
It was a long one.
Yes. Good show on a nice warm day.
Super warm day. So,
We made it through.
all right, folks. Once again, thank you for being here.
Hey guys, it's JMC here from TMC4JMC show. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe, down below.
If not, we're gonna kill you. Nah.
We're not.
Love my baby.